and time. Renegade, man when afraid, man in the wilderness. Keep it real and honest around here. And me are telling you, you know. From last time, if we drop this, you know, but me didn't want to wait because, you know, different people are getting them sound. And you know, Anjo, the administration at that boy, I don't know, telling him, man. Saying, never in the history of Jamaica you ever hear a speaker of the house now, after them shake up in under the foolishness, attack the house clerk and fling her under the bus. Man, I go down and take it, you know. And people will reject that too, you know, then to water them. I'm going to big up the people them first, before we go into that and start play up some things, eh? Mr. G, we see you. God, Catherine, up. J-Mac, Robert, we're going to, hey, sister Paula, you good? Yeah, man, you good? Yeah, man. Glenn, yeah, man, see you now. Nav, up, yeah, man. Empress, Jocelyn, yeah, man, yes, man. Shane, see you now. Yes, man. But we just run through something fast, you know. Sonia, yeah, man, soon, you know. Yeah, man, yes, man. Nadine, me see you now. Maxine, salute, fear, me see you too. Petra, see you. BCA, bless up, Farmer Girl too. Yes, man. Juliet, Campbell, Oliver, bless. Junglist, one brother, CD, bless. Yeah, man. Let me just see them go down, see him in. Janet, with them killers, Patrick, me see you too, man. Frontline, me see you too, man. Thompson, me see you. Thompson, me see you, man. Jones, me see you. Not that Marlon. David, me see you. Dixon, me see you, man. Rooms, me see you. Yeah, man. True Love. Tampa. Yeah, man. Bless up, man. Nadine. DeAndre. That's small. Me see you, man. Red Line. Louis, no, them enough, you know, them enough. Anthony, where I go on, Andy? Well, that's why. Lied. Yes, lied. Up from. Zane. Doreen. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We are say unknown. Yeah, they are unknown. You see the unknown that, you know. We are say, man. Why, JP. Yo, Tracy. Why, we don't start, why, the line too long, you know, mash up your eye. If you have pushing and move fast. Can I see you? Call it. Remember when you start calls up some name and I see more name and run up on them thing there. And you have to shelter out the sitting them, you know. You see me I say? Out of many we see it, you know. Danny, what brother? You up? Yeah, we are some hey. What family you good? Yeah, man. Righteous record, me see it too, man. Yeah, man, we are say. All right, Roger, bless. All right, so hear this now. Who may miss out? We might have missed out 1 and 2, but I said going on. Linton, me see you too. Saying, yeah, man, I said going on. Hear up the whole family, you know. Carleen, what? We see you too, man. Can't come like me miss you. I say, but lonesome, just see me there, so. And the whole of it there. Edley, bless up. Patrick, yeah, man. Melbourne, Zane, yeah, Ivan, see you too. Zane, so, yeah, man. Cynthia, all right, me good. Enough name that me knock out a while, you know. So we just bless up the family. All right, so hear this. Juliet Holness get too much trouble right now. And Juliet Holness too. We notice them have a tendency for, you know, not star. You see it to man. Saying vendetta. Yeah, man, saying. We notice them have a tendency, you know, when you're talking, you know, them have be a victimization go and do it, me see you. Be a victimization, that for stop. Now, Friday gone, after the opposition leader talk, them run out and send back the thing over so. And then say, no, and by the way, you know, it's not even crab. Fear say them thing there now. Diane, up. Zane, yeah man, Christopher there. Yeah man. Zane, and not even crab. I know him fear say this thing here, because him that hey, a party. Him a general secretary, and him my Rastafari, big up yourself. Saying, so when them do not be a either thing, people at Jamaica have to stand up. Never. This never goes so low. You notice that them a make peer history. The clerk, when no business with no, you are taking a fear break, no, I take and attack the clerk. Clerk now take it like that. And we never see that yet in the history. You know, from 62 till now. And we know, remember, we know the history. Me that see somebody say boom bam, I think me send them a lot, me send a lot of people. Me send a couple of people well, the constitution, you know. What if you look it up and read it for yourself, you know, don't be like some church cowards where, you know, that's what I say when I feel like doing no one research, you know. Don't be like some church cowards where pastor dictates Bible to you know. When him read something, read it and don't make him dictate it to you. Read it and make sure, you know, can have the power. That man, they say, when you love read it. Yes. See? So the constitution, they send it out to some people. Yeah. Well, they send it out to a few people. So when you go back in night. So I could see where she are going with your so cause the arms house and we have to burn them. You understand? I could see where she are going with your so. Go chat.
Welcome back to Primetime News and a special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, more questions about the decision by the House Speaker to return 2 reports to the Office of the Auditor General. The documents were reportedly sent back to the Auditor General on Friday, 3 days after the opposition questioned the performance of the House Speaker Juliet Holness. The unprecedented walkout by government members during the opposition leader's budget presentation on Tuesday is still a talking point for stakeholders. This is what development economist Dr. Chris Stokes made of the situation.
We're in extra time now. I think how it turns out depends on the resolution of outstanding questions now. Have all reports been tabled? Was the return of the Auditor General's report tactical so that one could say that there are no outstanding reports? These are questions that need to be answered.
Tuesday's dramatic move was the latest in a series of back and forth between the government and the opposition over the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness's performance in tabling parliamentary reports. On Friday, General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Horace Chang, said there were no outstanding reports from the Integrity Commission.
People, a general secretary this and him for talk, you know. I think a lot of pop job something at the house. And him no general secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party. Oh, him tell you about the house and no report. And not no go so neither, you know. This is how them break laws all the time, rules and everything them break. A party business my play, you know. And not never go so them send it back and him say that. You see it? All right.
For the Auditor General to be tabled in Parliament. Dr. Chang also dismissed suggestions that the House Speaker was deliberately delaying the tabling of reports. However, in a surprising twist, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis disclosed that 2 reports that were sent to Parliament on December 28 and January 29 were returned on Friday by Mrs. Holness. The Auditor General also indicated that the documents will be sent back to Parliament on Monday.
The fact that the Attorney General has not given a reason as to, you know, why she took the position that she took. All of this could still go sideways for the current administration.
In regards to whether the opposition leader Mark Golding was wrong for raising concerns about the Speaker of the House being the wife of the Prime Minister and questioning her performance,
it seems far more credible that now that she is in, that her decisions and her manner of conducting herself suggests a degree of impartiality of rather.
So that means at this hour we have said, that's why from the first day, people talk to me and I tell them, say, no, it's a nice thing. You know what people text me and say, no, I said no, because I remember they said the higher them crime, the more they export, and I joke, you know. People never understand me, you know. You know what people send it to me? They can show you some things that some people say, me understand what you say, because, you know, remember me say 40 years ahead of them, you know. And them not understand. Because if a man this and him wife, what she have not tried to know, she can apply play a protection and not realize, say, yeah, this a government business. These are the people in business. And if something where you hide your husband or hide party, you just stay there to deal with the force orders and them thing there. So when people say, look, I say, no, because we know it's this are going, you know. Sooner or later, me know. Me never have to ask. So me can show it, you know, so me always have time stamp. So when them say book, me explain to the people, and I say, no, sir, me tell you this. Good mood. I say, no, how the opposition to me say, ease on yourself. So it come and I explain to them and them understand me. So it are great. The key, look inside. See, it's all great. Them understand me. See? You know, when me tell man, I can just dice up the thing fast and explain, because let me tell you something. But in a darkness must come in a light. And when them dishonest in themselves, you know, because if you just go, you just keep the standing orders, you know, keep the order and run through the thing the proper way, you know. You say, no, you don't want to do that. You come up, any report you get, you come up, you talk to people, and you them change up Mike $18 million. Hey, them have the first enough little things for arms house, you know. Why you do that? The committee where the opposition the lead, you change it up and put who there, them own self. Them have things for hide. Andrew did come out and say, man, push certain things to 70 years. No, me have kid now, me have adult children where 70 years them are 100 and add. Tell me, I tell you, me have adult children where 70 years them are gonna be 100 and add. Much as me. We know we're enough for we're all like my kin with them time there. We now go there. So I hide him that try hide and mask something. You don't realize a country cannot run like this in a dictator way. But me tell you this. Him come in with a bag of things, study manly. Come in with a bag of things and people love him. And him feast them can't run it. No, me can't sit down and watch this and run like this. See? Just give them some beer chat. Man, don't tell them the truth. And when you look now, G2K germs to kill. Run out. Himalaya. Remember the liars thing and Andrew Holness. If you notice yourself, remember him get Mark speech, we never know, right? Mark up tell us the whole of them get him speech. Him send it over. So them know the part where them are a flap and then now go back in the parliament. So you say if you never make a move there, you hear the last part, like them I say, yo, I rub him out. And some and them I say lower, him come with low blow, you know. People if condemn Andrew Holness and them click with that. Because you notice the opposition leader not go in the back or finish making speech, you know. Yeah. You understand? Him not going in the back and making speech. For him never, you know, versatile. To go outside and finish it. It make it even more powerful out there. Yeah? So you want to hear the end part of the speech when him say low. And then you see dark part father-in-law come out. Woman and this and when you look cougar run out. It them to stop it. So when them play some little thing, let me tell you now again. UNPR will not work as long as we sit down around here. I'll be a sensible family me around here now. And when you notice if you send a little invader like a little troll, him get attacked same time. You know, if you see me alone, I see him, because I'm a multitask. You tell them a multitask. Because hear what them do now. Them hear when them hear say, man in the wilderness, them think of one of them, you know, maybe black, no, me a human rights activist. We do investigative journalism too. And nobody, no, we can't play with me. We not pass. Now be a family me have going here, you know. So if you don't come to learn something, no problem. But when them come to flip up, you know, so then gone. See? Because the truth has to be heard. And we're going to tell it as is. Not true. Yeah? See? So you see what them do? Them come out and who me explain to them understand, because this is going to happen sooner than later. Remember, she just go in. And now what? March not done yet. And say everything exploded. Just go in. That will show you fear kind of, you know, what you can deal with. So I want to expose them. I tell them the iron monkey climb them expose. Me not wrong, you know. So me there 40 years ahead of them. See? Continue. Hear this.
Partiality that goes beyond the normal partiality of speakers. And that seems to me to be the issue. It has no credibility to me to say that it should not have been done in the first place from where you are sitting.
On the issue of the relationship, I don't think it's a good idea. And I think the fact of the walkout is, in fact, evidence of this. The issue of the capacity or the decisions taken, quite frankly, based on some events that have happened maybe in the last 3 or so days, kind of cause you to question.
Dr. Stokes and attorney Nicole Gordon were speaking on Radio Jamaica's That's a Wrap program with Earl Moxham on Sunday.
You see that now? So them blow up everything. Nobody, them have no credibility, you know. Then all them go around and do is still try to lie and still push up some people. Remember play something with D and them and the one of them come to term now. Call Big Mama, you know. I think, you know, cause, you know, Big Mama died, but when Big Mama run out now, you know, Big Mama fear. I'm speaking the truth. No, because we are hold them to the fire. So when people are, it's like Them no want to identify with the amount of lies and the cons and the trick people. You understand? Do you understand? Where you say, I'm Maxine, where you say, it's not history win. It's not knowing what those 50-year-old young boy and girl know. No, okay. Okay, let me see where you say something. Don't make it go up yet. Yeah. What scholarship in politics have they received? No, you never received nothing. All right, so hear this now. Politics, you never receive scholarship in politics. You don't believe in that. It can't be natural. Same like how you can manage your home and your family and your thing. You just remember, you just scale it up now. And be honest. Same like how you manage a workplace. Because you have some workplace, where people are managing, like Boeing. Like all them airplane and them thing that some workplace for the manager. Remember, it have more worker and a bigger thing for manage worldwide than in a Jamaica itself. You have Google, a bigger thing for managing worldwide. See? You have, and you understand what I say? You have what them name Amazon. The amount of worker them have and who are manage them thing that it come like around like 10, more than 100 Jamaica. You just manage these things. They have scale, which I can't scale up. You can manage them and you have people just stay there and chain a command and you know if you flip a gun. See? Remember, the government to go in for us manage their fear, look over their fears to the people them. And I yearns. Yeah. Victimization and them thing they know. Because it's not yearns. Go in. When you are swearing, you say you're a servant of the people. But right now you turn fear up. And you talk and you diss people and you don't work with nobody. Uncle time you want to work with people because you want to hold on to power. And then you dictate. Then you tell lie. Yes. That don't make no sense to me. None whatsoever. See? That's why it's good, You see, it's good when you have experience. It's good when you travel to, You see all real country road and everything. And right now, even if you not travel, it's good for doing the research. It's good for read. It's good. It's good, man. Just looking at, you just different country, you just sit down and study all them run and them laws and everything. Right? A similarity thing. See? Similarity. See? But who are running in a country in a Jaconianism and feel say yes, this is a colonialism, and yeah, like Russia or China, one of them, country are run, back in the days, like it's a slavery business. Can't work around here. You understand? Where's the Jice? Him too much now. And then what them do him and them go out and tell lie. People are suffer. And then me play Big Mama like I play yesterday. I want to listen to the man when I'm talking. Him saying biggest critic and supporters. And them not vote for him because them are send a signal. Them not agree, them not comfortable. And them need him put up him socks. Then if you say that, so how is it that you say you do much great? But you are admit to we say them not vote for you because your socks need to pull up. That means you do something right. You see me I tell you say it don't match one way I say. Where them do PR and say to no. When you check your family and you look at the hospital and look on the ground. If you accept where I say right and them I do good, that means we accept the hospital them people. We accept the bad road, No water, no work and them thing there, We accept even the low unemployment rate, Yeah? A lie, Because that not done to them statistic yet, Him say 4 billion, but you still them not pay nobody yet, We have a problem with that too. We know must make it pass us. Anyway, I'm going to play some Day and Jack similar now. I hear them. Can remember them always. I listen to him. Up to the PSOJ, I get nervous now because them know I watch them too. Because them are the destruction of this. Because him have for them minion and then him have minion and work with him. You understand? Look, hear this.
And it's captioned failure to comply with Speaker's rulings. And this has to do with what happened with 2 reports that came from the Office of the Auditor General in December and January. Now it's just the latest development in, as I said earlier, convoluted and complicated saga, right? So joining us to help us walk through and figure out the chronology and exactly what has been happening, we have our colleague from the Gleaner, Edmund Campbell, senior staff reporter who does a lot of the parliamentary reporting and who has been following this issue of the Auditor General reports and the Integrity Commission reports very closely. Just to remind our listeners, this has been going on for, I don't know, more than 6 months, probably nearly a year now. Yeah. From the tenure of the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Marissa Dalrymple Philibert, when she started to raise questions about the way in which reports from the Integrity Commission and Auditor General were treated when they got to Parliament, what should happen to them, and when they should be tabled. Edmond, thank you so much. Really appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you, and good afternoon to your listeners.
All right, so tell us now. Let me see. I don't even know where to start with this one, but let's start with these two reports that are the subject of the current series of reports in terms of the reports from the Auditor General. So tell us about these two reports and when they were sent in.
All right, Dion. So those two reports, one, the Financial Services Commission, is a special audit report that was sent to Parliament on December 28, 2023. At the time, the Parliament would have been on break, December break. The Parliament restarted in January, I think somewhere about mid-January or beyond that. But then there was another report that was sent to Parliament, the Tax Administration Jamaica. It was a special audit report on THA. And that report was sent to Parliament on January 29, 2024. And what I did in my in my article that I put up on the Gleaner, I tried to give an appreciation of how long these reports have been in Parliament. But in the case of the one from December 28, in all fairness, during the period in which Parliament was on recess, I don't think we could we should check that. So what we could look at though is that from Parliament restarted sometime in January. These reports have been before the Parliament, and we have had many sittings since then. We have had February, quite a number of sittings, and we're now in March, and those reports are yet to be tabled. But as you will know, there is controversy around the tabling of those reports, and also what the Speaker's ruling had to say about the tabling of reports from the Auditor General's Department as well as the Integrity Commission of Jamaica.
All right, and just to be clear, you said those reports have been before Parliament from January, but again, just to emphasize that they hadn't been tabled. So perhaps we should say at Parliament or
no, they were not tabled any at all.
Correct.
And as you have rightly indicated, or that we have reported in recent times, those reports were sent back to the Auditor General's Department, and
no, can't call me a Trinity. No, Sanity. Can't call me a Trinity. Not on this. The other one. Yeah, the other one.
Created quite, some amount of controversy because
just before you reach that though, just to bring our listeners, make sure our listeners are following us, that because as I mentioned, you in fact have been doing a series of stories tracking these reports and saying what has been tabled, what hasn't been tabled, and you had done a report in, was it early March, indicating that these reports had still not been tabled.
Right, I actually did that, and I got commentators to comment on it, and they were also raising concerns.
Correct.
These reports have been before Parliament and has not been tabled.
Okay.
But notwithstanding that article that came out in early March, we saw no change in terms of the reports being tabled in Parliament.
Okay, so the opposition leader, we know, the opposition in general has been taking issue with how the speakers, Mrs. Holness and Mrs. Dalrymple Philibert before her, have decided to handle these reports. And then the opposition leader, Mark Golding, raised concerns again during his budget presentation. He spoke about the way in which the Integrity Commission reports had been tabled, and he spoke about the reports of the Auditor General. Now, I remember I had gone back and checked your reporting on this in relation to these 2 reports that had been outstanding. So I was surprised when I saw a statement come from the Deputy Prime Minister on Friday saying, setting the record straight and saying that there were no outstanding reports from the Auditor General awaiting tabling. Hold on one moment, Edmond. Let me just take the break.
So here we do now. Hear them too. You remember when Golden come out? Then you have one named Paul Ashley. Me and like, me no know. The man just dog where you can't see. Him for just go sit down. Him and the next one go up and D and Jack similar. The pan and start about the man wife and them talk about Will Smith. Me no know where them have them for, you know. Where them people are go pan, I go think people now notice you. Can't be know you. Cause remember me used to sit on them TV and radio and them TV. So we know it. Man, everybody know it. You mean you know, man, go find a seat, man. Yeah? Them always are straight from a pint and run out. Look how you look flap now. Look how you look flap. I talk about Mark, what them that try to do, you know, do a PR stunt and flip the thing. And then they run out with lies. You understand? Run out with lies. That's why I tell you, me is a different man. So me hammer things. You notice me like sitting alone and hammer things where me know. Me name lonesome, me not like company. Me like the people them understand what me I do, you know. Yeah. Now when me carrying somebody, me not making anybody call me, you know, me not right. But you see, you know, when we have with crew, with family, and we come in, we deal with things. And you notice my thing, me just keep it on a different level. Me not like foolishness. You understand? Because me not the PR come up and thing, you know, me move up people like fast. Like no. We don't know my style, no. Because no care what them do, them not go Muslim me not be with Muslim, you know. Yes. And me not gonna make nobody come and make me come tell lie. For them. When them mash up the country, me I think about the masses of people. Not gonna do it. Me not do it. You understand? Me not do it, man. Yeah, me not do them thing, man. Not do it. See? Yeah, man. That's why me like come here my one platform now, because me not have go up on TVJ and CV and go up on them radio and go up on nothing. To express myself and them I say, yo, I'm mostly, you know, because me can't make you come talk these things how you talk. No, I'm good. I'm good. Can't keep away from that. You understand? Can't keep it real and honest one here. You understand? And the big up yourself. See? Remember, continue this because I say Ashley run out. And it's not the first. And dip, blap. In an election, this indictment from the opposition leader now, he might get challenged. Them always come with some food. Who listen to you, brother? You mean, man, go away, man. Just look behind, just go look in the mirror, man. You mean, your time for you, go away, man. Me send the Jesus come give you, brother. You can't leave. Me give you that, man. Just go away, man. Stop talking of foolishness. One of them stand you mash up the place, you know. And them wife and me say, me tell people, you know, will I come out, come tell me, I tell you, they are the monkey climber, the more them expose, man. Me tell them. Because we know this will happen. We not ask. Me could continue even there, you know, them like, you know, question them, me could think, but tell me what, them have to come back to reality. Because them think them can influence people's mind. By twist up some things. Yeah, you understand? We not do that on you, man. Trace and big up yourself. You understand? We not do that on you, so. We are talking for the masses of people. And anybody, all right, let me show you something who talk against the massive. I'm have them on feet, you know. You see when Richard Azan go build the 16. Let me tell you, hey, me look on things on a different level, you know. That alone show me how Andrew in love to about desperate and bad mind. That will show you how them they desperate. That them run with something for poor people when your woman selling a market. And you use that make a big things and people follow it. And I know I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I say, but brother, look how the man desperate, look how the man I use. Your lady selling a market and tell it she sell. I'm proud of that. And the people them get 16. Wait no cause the government, nothing. And you say it's a dark day. Now the history of Jamaica. And it will bring down the whole government. Look where you are doing to bring down your government yet. You know, just nobody now say bring down boom bam, the whole people, they might cost you now, you know. Them soon the corruption. Them soon the wealth. Pantapite and not now move for them, but them soon the wealth. Them sit and a mouth talk where I see we can hear this now. He might push them wealth in our face up on the hill, them put them wealth. Them they have wealth, you know. Who so bare face and bright. That you know, I think when we look on the hill, Your house bigger than the whole one. When me look on the other hill, the other side, me see a $800 million project a push up. You're mad, you're crazy. I want to sit down and take this like that, and then a bulldozer people farm and I do all kind of little things, and I do this, and I push the clerk no finger under the bus. She can't get no lawyer now. Who only say no? That one there, the Prime Minister wife, Juliet. You can't get no lawyer on this. You have fling her under the bus. Me never see that happening yet in a history of Jamaica. Hey, they make history for the wrong reason, You understand? They make history for the wrong reason. You understand? It's bad, man. Watch out. Watch out.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with you on Beyond the Headlines. I'm Beyond Jackson. And now we're talking about the latest furor over reports done by the Auditor General, audit reports sent to Parliament and what happened to them. In particular, the latest two which were sent in December and January. We're talking with Edmund Campbell of the Gleaner, and we're just walking you through the chronology of events. And we made the point earlier that the two reports that had been at Parliament that had not been tabled were two from the Auditor General. But for the sake of completeness, Edmund, let's be very clear, because the last Integrity Commission investigation report that went to Parliament was not tabled immediately. In fact, you had done a story about the fact that it had been nearly a fortnight that it had been sent to Parliament, not tabled. Commentators again had called for its tabling, and there was even an editorial on the matter. So go ahead. No, I was saying, so true. It's true that there is currently no Integrity Commission report awaiting tabling, but I'm saying let's not forget that there was a concern raised in relation to the last report as well, that it was not tabled immediately after being sent to Parliament.
That's right, because on January 22, it was, the Integrity Commission sent an investigation report to Parliament. The report was tabled on February 6th, and for the listeners, I need to indicate that the legislation or the standing orders as used by the inner ruling, indicate that this type of report, an investigation report, this report is to be tabled as soon as possible. And if we go by parliamentary tradition and convention, as soon as possible, from my coverage of Parliament, I've seen where reports will come to Parliament probably on a Monday and it is tabled on Tuesday. If it is not tabled on Tuesday, it will be tabled the following week at least. So these reports over many years have come to Parliament and have been tabled either the next day of the sitting or possibly the next week. So in this particular instance, it was a report concerning allegations of impropriety and irregularities in relation to the unknown whereabouts, as the Integrity Commission put it, of certain government of Jamaica motor vehicles belonging to the Ministry of Transport and Mining. So we see where there was a delay in the tabling of this report. And
Them don't know what some vehicle from the Minister of Transport and Mining and them delayed. Anything will come out, we see them around them delayed. But they might tell us the first time, like Porsche thing, if it come today, it table tomorrow. It table quickly. But now it's a different thing. Andrew run him own thing. Remember them not talk to the people like how Porsche them used to talk to the people. If them do something, them come apart and them tell you say this I can sell, that I can do. Them a fly out, them say, I take charge of the government when she leave or when who leave. And I saw them used to do it. That's how we know it used to do. Now them fly them there everywhere. You don't know who fly, you don't know how money I spend. And to put it down, I tell you some of the side of them, Them put it down that even the police, where you say the police force, so when they be a foolishness, And by the way, Kevin Blake, you saw the police must spray gas and do all kind of things to the people by your watch. But watch And your thing may go up very soon. Can remember your drunk and crash already, you're supposed to 2010, you're so fragilized that you're owing Ellington family member. Remember, me tell you, we're going to drop on your thing, we have your thing. Remember that. All right. You see the foolishness where the youth them are going with? Me want to put back in a different thing because some soldier do something yesterday. Me want to leave it that on a different level. But now them a break every rule, every law, and nobody now say nothing. You don't know when them fly out, when them come back, how much of them fly, how much money spend on nothing. Them get harder. You remember when I go Magla and second-hand smoke or fix it, and them come give them come talk because them get a rule. Any police can just get up and talk as them want, you know. In the ministry, them uncle certain people they have big dirty bug life. They run out come talk. Misinformation because with them just want to penetrate them want them edit where them are edit and just send it to you, make everything look good. And that cannot be a real country around. When you notice these things, it's not real. So when them send out something, them polish it up, always not go so. And send it out. You understand? A good thing them can't control man like me run here, so you know, cause me no like foolishness, you know. I remember me no about the system. Not me. Me see man as a man, you know. Me no see man as some god or some king or whatever. Me no business, cause me no need in front of people, none time. Not my style. See? So me keep it real around here, so. All right, continue.
So there were 4 investigation reports that were sent to Parliament from the workers at the KSAMC, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, who apparently had breached the law in terms of filing their statutory declaration. And we saw where these reports were tabled on December 19, 2023. So it missed actually about a quarter for tabling and was tabled on December 19, 2023. So we have seen in some respects a pattern of delays in terms of how these reports are tabled.
All right, so it brings us, as I said, to Friday, where the Deputy Prime Minister put out a statement entitled Setting the Record Straight, and he said, let me just read a couple sentences. Recent allegations have suggested a deliberate delay by the Speaker of the House in tabling reports from the Integrity Commissioner and the Auditor General. We wish to clarify that as of today, there are no outstanding reports from either the Integrity Commission or the Auditor General awaiting tabling in Parliament. The statement went on to say this clarification is significant as it directly contradicts the accusations levied against the Speaker of the House. These allegations have proven to be baseless and misrepresent the
So when for burn up Nancy Crab, the Security Minister. A matter of fact, all of the pap are supposed to talk, that's him. So it can be the General Secretary of the JLP. Come and tell about when I really the man there, because I think I'm the leader of the government business house. I must say him. They soon find out. But not the one that we're talking about. He might talk on a political kind of foolishness. See, and then he mislead the whole Jamaica and the whole diaspora and everybody. The one there. That same one about chat. And I said, baseless on this, so he might call the opposition leader liar. And yet still him that tell lie because when them do them take the thing and send it. And him use the word as of today, Friday. That's when them send it back over the AG. Them send it first and then them say it. See, sister, them cannot be trusted. Them can't. Them dangerous. Play.
integrity of our parliamentary system. And when I read this, I couldn't understand. Because I know that based on, as I said, you've been doing a chronology, keeping track, that there were these 2 Auditor General reports. So what happened? What are we told that happened?
Well, before I get to what happened, let me just indicate that when I saw this news release, I was a bit surprised because what I know is that the leader of government business in the House is none other than Edmund Bartlett. On a matter like this, I would have expected, in all fairness, that a statement would come from the leader of government business, Mr. Edmund Bartlett, who would indicate if, in fact, he felt this way, that everything was in order. When I saw this report coming from Dr. Horace Chan,
as General Secretary of the JLP.
All right. You know, sir, I did not listen to it. When it sent to me, the first one, I saw them and them start the report, but I mean, I 1, 2, 3. But me I play. But me I tell you what we know. Because you have like Paul, I like Philip Paul, where they might be, the opposition leader of opposition business. So when them say me second that, him are the leader of opposition business, that's why Mark said I have a problem with it. The leader of government business are lollipop jar. So when I want a general secretary run out at a politics, them just attack the truth now. Good. Yeah. This makes sense. You understand? You notice when I talk, I burn them power. You notice nothing I come out and they just match up everything where you hear me I say. Eh? The fact is ahead of them, man. So him will run out with him bag of mouth and bag of lies and all kind of thing and I try twisting. This is what happen. Saying? Yeah, man. Nicola bless man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Again. Up. Yeah, man. Yeah.
General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party. I was a bit puzzled because I was wondering how do you reconcile a political party immersing itself into the parliamentary situation like this, and yet there is a designated person in Parliament who is Mr. Edmund Bartlett, and he clearly has not pronounced on the matter. So I was a little puzzled when I saw the statement coming from Dr. Chang. In all fairness, I tried to reach out to Dr. Chang, but I was unsuccessful in trying to get him to respond this phone line without an answer.
But you did learn that the two reports from the Auditor General had that day been sent back to the Auditor General's department.
Yes, and again,
Same day.
This came as a surprise again because in all my years of covering Parliament, I know that reports have been sent back to the Auditor General's department, but that happens for the most part in instances where either the Auditor General recall it, probably just to make some minor corrections, editorial corrections or so. I can't quite remember where any speaker has returned a report to the Auditor General's department. It's the first time I'm actually hearing this in all my years of government.
But let me tell you this, for them first time, you know. See them fling the woman under the bus at the first time it happened. Any speaker send back, remember she's a liar. She just go there, you know. Chang them tell her a politics that, you know. Him are the general secretary. Now watch him. Remember, you have government business. Now government business they are doing, you know. So a general secretary not supposed to come get that. So when they do that, no, him run out. No matter what about deputy prime, no. You have the lollipop jar do the government business. Where I say when? See you no better. See, and him run out and I do this. Me say them a do the first, hey, them a mash up this, you know. Them a when them done with it, you know, like them, hey, them dangerous man. And them lie. Them not truthful. Them dangerous. You see it? So you hear him from the gleaner, him cover it. Now them just come out of them shell, no one talk, you know. I cover them, you know, force them to come out, come talk, you know. Because enough of them feel embarrassed now, you know. Because them did a cover him. For them come out and talk and see the country and mash up and them live in the country. Instead of them sit down and a fall on. That puppy dog. No. You hear me say the first time. You see the end of the love pick up for them. Shop they come out and attack now. Like, you know, like now, say, we speak truth to power because this bad. The one of them is a rush. The opposition leader, you know. Go and say yes, but this and that and them are, you know, go and do it in a little way. Especially the little mange one when we just start about. Mange. Need J's. Ashley. He needs some J's, man. When I wonder if I can get some J's. Because I send some J's to go give him to, you know. My office send up even 5 backyard J's. That it little bit. But yeah, man, we don't have no James there. Eh? You understand? We don't have no James. This is the first woman I do a job long time and the first time and when you look at that whole Russia, the Prime Minister wife. She know this, you know. She the clerk, she know how it for run, you know. But you run out like you want to take her job. Eh? Go and blame the woman for nothing. But you still. So how the woman not give it up but them send it back? I know she send it back as she only send it back over there, you know. Them. So if the woman not give it up, if them never get it, all them get to send it back, people. All them get to send it back. Eh? It's bad. All them get to send it back. But I see them a blame. Like she gets it and she keep it. Them wicked, you know. But them I tell you, they send it back. And them I tell you, January we send it back. But yes, still I see them a blame. You understand? This bad, man. This bad. Keep that calm, let me see how this. No, you have to come up on the other one, you know. You have to come up on the other one, yeah? Yeah. We do something right now. See? Yeah, man. So these are the cover up and they attack the woman a finger under the bus. So what? Eh? Let me tell you, yeah, him from the Greener Company, Profound Ministries. You hear the Virginia from the Greener Company attack to Dan Jackson, you know. And they must say, listen me, all right, good. Our government in Jamaica, in arms, all right, sir, good. Me never hear it neither. Whoever hear this, the whole of this will me ever see it. We never see it, never play in front of me yet. We never hear nobody attack the House Clerk. Never yet. He must say he never see it yet. You know, when the Attorney General, I see them more summon back something to correct something. Not a speaker send it to him. Never send it to her, never see it. Eh? You see me I say, Savage? Excuses. But she's not a liar. Them just put her there, she not listen. She can't send it back with excuses and one bag of thing in it and she can tell wow. Eh? That no make no sense. Are the Attorney General that you know? Liar, you know. She know where she do and deal with it and if she more summon it. Never happen. See? So these are the things, yeah, them dangerous. And they have a woman under the bus now after Crab come out. And make us speak. Him is not the leader of the of government business neither, I know. But him come out and deal with party, and deal with definitely party issue. And then I call the opposition leader, I'd like him a campaign. Your campaign not gonna work better. Nobody know in this will do no better. No, sir, nobody. You must be mad to you're not sick. Play this.
So, for me, this was somewhat of a shocker because, I mean, the Auditor General herself, it appeared, and she was quite surprised that the report had been sent back to her department.
And the statement from Dr. Chang was surprising to say the very least because it went on and on and on about how members of the public and media outlets must exercise due diligence in verifying information when the reality is that the reports had been there and had not been tabled. And apparently just prior to issuing the statement, they had sent him back to the Auditor General's department.
You're correct, Leon, because I was sharing with my colleagues that this statement that was put out by Dr. Chang, it could discredit the reports that have been made before in terms of the media reports that were out there. And we were reporting on the basis of facts. There was no...
So you see what I'm doing? You might have think them agree now. I think other people hear them say, it discredit the report. You see, them force it because you never know, so them not good. You never know, so them not good. Them agree now, that's I know. You when just look away, that's why them come out. That's why them come out. Because them say it discredit the report and them know what them do. Like it's not factual. So if them agree now, they sit down and do the report and coverage. And even the AG office, I fling now, you think, but look, coup on them too. Incredible stroke. Lie minister and Crab. What you gonna do? Them people that mash up them career for Uno, for protect Uno. Them all over the board, them have business. Them are fling everybody. So it a fling the Gleaner and for them who cover the report. It a fling the whole of them. You hear him just say to come here, you know. So them credibility it a mash up. Uno never know, uno must team up with them. We never know so them dangerous. Them just see what me I say. Them just see what me I say. Listen, if it never like mash them up, them won't run out neither, you know. Won't realize. Now if you listen good, you know. I want them, I can't take it back little. Yeah, hear when them say it, I discredit him, discredit the Gleaner. Let me take it back little bit. I say, I don't want to move it far. Let me take it back little bit. Let me see it. Listen when him say it. Just listen here.
Been tabled, and apparently just prior to issuing the statement, they had sent him back to the Auditor General's department.
Listen.
You're correct, Leon, because I was sharing with my colleagues that this statement that was put out by Dr. Chang, it could discredit the reports that have been made before in terms of the media reports that were out there. And we were reporting on the basis of facts.
Yeah,
there was no ambiguity any at all in what we were reporting. It was very clear to us that these reports were there because we confirmed. We didn't just put out these reports just like that. We actually wrote to the Auditor General's Department and we got a response in writing, which clearly said to us that one report was sent on December 28th, that is the FSG report, and the second report, the Tax Administration Jamaica report, was sent on January 29th. So when we saw that release from Dr. Chan, we were quite surprised because we were saying the insinuation about the allegations being baseless. We were saying, wow, how could this be? Because we certainly are.
They were entirely factual. Entirely factual. All right, so the Auditor General said, well, she's sending them back, and apparently today they have been sent back, correct?
I would want to believe that they've been sent back. My sources have suggested that the reports are back in Parliament. As to what happens after this, I am not quite sure, but I am on good information that the report was sent back to Parliament.
Okay, all right. Gonna leave it there. And
So you see what happened to them? Because them pick up for Andrew so much, Andrew no business about no, them business about themselves and party. So when Crab come out, the security minister then, Crab, I fling them under the bus too, you know. And you hear him tell us, say, them know them report factual because them call the Auditor General themselves and them get written thing. But if them for follow a Crab said that mean Green that tell lie on them too. Him say baseless. You can't follow them. Him baseless, you know. He not have no base, he must have claw. He not have no base. Well, and little shell. Him shell full, baseless. But yes, still him a fling the same people them where they protect them under the bus. Under the rest of me, the houses him fling under the bus too, by the way. And now you have fling the clerk, which you don't do nothing. See? You have fling her under the bus. Baseless. Him say baseless. And now you hear them I say, them know so for them thing factual. Yes. This is how you get when you pick up for these kind of people. Keep it real. Don't make them come to you now with no bag and nothing around there and nothing. Keep it real. You understand? When them sit them are drowning, you know, them remember them are drowning everything, you know. Remember that, you know. Yes. Yeah, man. She don't know the foolish. And let me tell you something with her. Them can't fire her. You can't fire her. You can't fire the IC them neither, you know. You can't fire them, you know. Them swearing. Them can't fire. You can't get fired. You have to do certain thing, can't get fired like that. You can't. So me I fire you. That's why Mark said I'll give them more teeth. Yeah, the AG office more teeth. But you can do something. You have to have some people where you can't just get up and fire. The 100 I get rid of them long time. I'm going like baby chum. You understand? See, by him come and say business, you know. And just when him thinks that Mark G alone, he must step off. He must step off the cleaner. He must step off observer. He must step off D&M, RGR, TVJ. He must step off the whole of them. They might pick up for him. They might continue to pick up for him. I don't think so. And yes, still him is not. And him around the government business, you know, a lollipop jar the head feet. The Minister of Tourism. Lollipop. Your youth lollipop. I him at the head for that. See? And I him remember in a parliament, it's him that come out come make the speech. And I him do it. I want to play party politics foolishness. See? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Juliet Holness, so the clerk to the Houses of Parliament, Valerie Curtis, captioned failure to comply with Speaker's rulings. And it says reference this, reference that, reference that. And it says the references underscore the point that subsequent reports received from the Auditor General were in breach of the ruling made in the House of Representatives on November 7, 2023. Additionally, your failure to adhere to the said ruling and applicable procedures amount to a gross dereliction of duty and has brought the institution into disrepute. The accusations from some stakeholders could not be ignored, the Speaker wrote, and I was alarmed.
You just shit. This is the first time in our history you rush to woman and it now go so, you know. Do what you said last night, maybe something the woman never see it, you know. She said, wait when she hear it. The media, she let it go under the media before the woman get it. Remember, you know, them send it back to the AG. Not the woman, you know. But they still them never get it or them never know nothing about a view. Lie them I tell you, know. Eh? Say if the woman never give you, or you get it for send to the AG. Or you get it for send back to the AG office. Or you have it. Eh? Continue play.
Discovered that the following matters were submitted to the Parliament by the Auditor General in breach of Section 13A of the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act and or Section 30 of the Financial Administration and Audit Act. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. It's essential, she went on, that in your capacity as a chief administrator with responsibility for adherence to procedures, you recognize the authority of the presiding officers and respect the decisions made in the House. The rulings of the Speaker are integral to maintaining order. Your failure to comply with procedure has undermined the effectiveness of the institution. It's imperative that you prepare a schedule that shows the details of all the reports received from the Integrity Commission and Auditor General since my election as Speaker.
So, hey, I the woman shall blame now, you know. I the woman shall show every, hey, she forgot away, you know. Now, every Jamaican take up, no man, they have to get up and speak out. She forgot away, you know. This never happened in Jamaica yet. No, the crowd come talk and say, I fling the opposition under the bus. That's backfire because you have fling the cleaner. You have fling all of the media houses under the bus, too. You have fling them under the bus. And them now sit down and roll over and die for you. Now, Andrew, them are in a fool, so. Them not do it. And for PSOJ, them not going to do it. Can we discredit them when we know so them not good already? We are some other. You up? Yeah, man. We discredit them like this. What you think happen? Eh? Them not do it. So you try this, try. You say, I could do it. Hey, let me tell you this, you know. I'll be a try. Them are catching and them are look for something like them. I say, me could dig out something with Marky G, you know, what we can get because I propagandist them, you know. We are deal with running with issues. Them want to deal with issues. So them now have nothing where them can pick up on him. Nothing. Because when them have things like this, you know, them fling it out, you know. Them fling it out. Meanwhile, them do this. The one on him chin, I see a first man him. Him apologize. Remember, him hide from them. One administration for that so much thing. You missed this, you missed that, and people are hide. And I do all kind of things. That's the JLP member of Parliament. A matter of fact, when the house, remember when the house are open, and the one who I read, him the one who I hide, you know. The one who I read about, oh God, this, that, and that. I him say, man. I'm a hide from them, no care them, I look for him, hide. Ne? But no nothing on the boat, but me know hide under little dirt and them. Him hide. So them couldn't find him. You understand? He said, it bad man, South Manchester. Him hide. And no, I come apologize. I know what them do. Andrew, me think you say you tell your minions them to stop put out the false information. First thing them do, them go make one with Julian. I said them want him. Julian have to come out and say fake. That and that. Then them put out one more with Bobby Agintai. And somebody else. I say, listen, don't follow these things. What am I trying to do? Is muddy up the water. To make it now. Do you understand? And if you talk to them, man, look where you create a monster, brother. Wanna buy vote to no fool your party. See, and they want to blame the other party. Copy that one go. I'll be a skull dog with them going with you, you know. Them dangerous, you know. Very, very dangerous. Continue this.
Schedule must outline the date on which the reports were received by the registry, date delivered to the Speaker, date tabled in the Parliament, the relevant sections of the Act under which they were tabled, and the date of any correspondence to the Auditor General relating to said report. And she said she wants that information by Wednesday at noon. A copy of this letter is to be placed on your personnel. That would be, I believe, file. And so this is an extremely serious reprimand of the clerk by the Speaker. And it will be interesting to see what happens next. Well, we may not hear, but we may. So we have now Daniel Archer, Principal.
You hear this? You hear what she put out? Start rush to woman now. After them run, them are rush Mark, Golden Mark, push him. Call it, bless up yourself. Call it, Tony. See, man. Bless up, man. Respect. Mr. Lord, yeah, man. Respect your program because I get a lot from it. You might see that one guy up there. So let me see what it says, sir. Yeah, man. Thanks you for your good work. Yeah, man. Bless up, man. Bless up, man. You're waiting for the start. Yeah, I saw it come on. I could tell you when I do not tabloid down here, you know. Yeah, if you do something for the country, you do something for the country. When I flip flop, when I make them go around, you know. Yeah, man. Saying? Yeah, man, when I make them go around with things. All right, so you see them have to come out back. The media them, because them start fling the media under the bus. Them have fling the media them under the bus too. So not just one set of who them want fling under the bus. Hear this now. Can you hear Dan Jackson Miller? Hear this now.
Reprimanding her for dereliction of duty regarding the handling of Auditor General's reports.
In
a letter to Ms. Curtis dated March 22, 2024, Mrs. Holness claimed that the clerk's action in writing to the Auditor General brought the Parliament into disrepute. The letter was also copied to the Director of Human Resource Management and all members of Parliament. But one trade unionist believes there should be no written reprimand from any politician to a civil servant.
Yeah.
President of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, Tisha Clark-Griffiths, says the House Speaker crossed the line by meddling in administrative matters.
That's true.
The politicians don't understand that there is a clear dichotomy between politics and administration.
Thank you.
And that the politicians are not permitted to write to any person in administration about any particular matter, especially a matter of discipline. There's a breach of process, and that should have been channeled to the respective minister in the respective ministry, so that can be channeled to the permanent secretary and down to the officer. And at no point in time there should be a crossing line between what the political administration is supposed to be doing versus what administration is supposed to be doing.
Mrs. Clark-Griffiths told Radio Jamaica News that...
And Mrs. Clark-Griffiths that I tell you, all right, so there is no way she passed her place again, you know. She not supposed to ride the woman like a fear Jamaica. And you do this and you do this, and she not supposed to do it. It's not supposed to happen. First, you see, may I tell you, say, them feel like them own this place and I do this thing, it to stop. You hear the lady just explain. It have to go to, you know, because I remember you have permanent secretary of Bush ministry, you run through something to a ministry, and then it run to the permanent secretary, and then it pass down. You know do these things. So I mean, me don't know, she must have sit on this and said, hey, I'm your husband at the Prime Minister, my mighty. Even him, hold him accountable, said speed. Yeah. This bad, you know. No, me know them up now, but here this John Scott. Remember, you know, me just say it already, you know. And we say, remember, we always tell you, know, we know the media them not do what them do, so we hold them accountable. We do fact checking and things around here. When them run out, them don't know, say, desperation and have met them people that throw the whole of them under the bus. So that crap go run out to do, you know. And them are sure say, no, we did right. You have throw RJ under the bus, you have throw TVJ, you have throw CVM, you have throw all of the media them. Green because they make the report too. And never Marky J alone come talk. Him know what going on about them make the report and them do it for them double checking. So when him run out, and I said, yes, let's not talk, number one, he is not the leader of government business. And lollipop jar. So him not supposed to do that. So him attacking the capacity as the general secretary for the JLP. Can him not talk, let's say, you know. Politics him a play, you know. The leader of the government, remember, you know, the house said, you know, government business. See? Government business. So him now that come make a speech, not crap. You see, everybody just twist parts and them do what them do. All I want the right woman not supposed to do it neither. See? And them have feeling blame now. After them send back the report. And because she, you know, Pamela, the AG said she get it from the Speaker of the House. She send it back. She can't come deny it, so she not send it. You see it? Where are some sister? Yeah, some man. You understand? You ever say anything like this before? Mary, remember play this and then never gonna make you two speech, you know, because sister, me know you're supposed to cut up with this. Remember play this and get it clear to the people them never talk to you. Voila.
Letter of reprimand from Mrs. Holness should not be placed on the file of the clerk to the Houses of Parliament.
You hear her?
There is going to be a problem because this is a disciplinary matter that was not even aired. I mean, the person doesn't get an opportunity to speak about it or to offer a response. A letter of reprimand of this nature would have to come at the end of a hearing after hearing both sides of what happened. Not that you just go ahead and write to somebody like that. There's a process in dealing with these type of matters, and this is not the process to deal with it, right? It cannot go on the file. It should not go on the file because it is not channeled through the proper process, and we need to educate ourselves as to what the proper process should be.
President of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, House Clerk Griffiths. And Principal Director of National Integrity Action, Daniel Archer, is suggesting that the court be asked to make a ruling on the issue of tabling of Auditor General reports in Parliament.
Yes.
I think in this context, because of what the Speaker has said, is something that...
Let me stop this now. What come in there? The one of them know where under the liquor shell, why them just say, Andrew this administration, destructive bad. Run out and chop them. So them don't know what to do, because them always about the foolishness. But him fling them left, right, and center and the boss and all over the place. I fling them all over the place. So you see what them do now, everybody, them put them vice. Them should have do this from Tuesday, from the opposition leader talk, them come out and talk about wife and about Will Smith. You see me, I say, chop them up, man. Yeah, man. Fact checking. Now we have the fact checking thing over the same way, no fact checking same way. Saying, yeah, man, them dangerous, man. So now everybody I run out now. I think, hey, Maria, let me just play this and then we talk because I know you have a place to fire to them, you know. Because them very out hard. Continue.
Clarity. So you and I have two different opinions, and that is why we have the court. It is the court who interpret the law, and since there seems to be some uncertainty as to what the sections are, I think this is where the question should be placed before them for them to provide an determination. It can't be that the speaker can make a ruling in circumstances where there has been a custom, where the paramount importance is transparency. And in those circumstances, you are being told as a civil servant that it's inappropriate because you are disobeying the ruling of the speaker. The question is the ruling of the speaker correct?
Principal Director of National Integrity Action, Daniel Archer.
Yeah.
She was speaking yesterday on Beyond the Headlines. And Executive Director of Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, Juliet Holness, is contending that the opinion of the Attorney General on the tabling of reports should be made public in light of ongoing issues arising with reports sent to the House.
At this point in time, we understand if the Speaker didn't think it needed to be shared, but with all the governance conundrum that's happening now, Mrs. Holness herself had said, and I like to quote it, the opinion that I formed was supported in every way by the Attorney General's Chamber and the Parliamentary Legal Council. We have the benefit of seeing the Parliamentary Legal Council, the people of Jamaica who keeps the light on at the Attorney General's office deserve to know what the chambers say, especially because the Speaker says he followed through on what is there. There really should be no difficulty.
Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, Juliet Holness. She was also a guest on Beyond the Headlines. The Ministry of Health.
Hear this.
She had.
Now make you hear something. You see, everybody I come out now because I tell you about Andrew Holness. But I'm a wrecking ball too, you know. Them a wrecking ball. And then I have no respect and no manners. Them feel say, hey, we run this. Yeah? You understand? Yeah, Jennifer, them a try to do it all kind of cover, but now work around here. It's not working. Nah work. But what them do now, you see by them run out and talk about baseless and thing, you can't have Greener report or Greener always a cover them. Big Mama cover them. The whole of them a cover them. And then you come and just say something like you're going for the opposition leader and realize you think everybody, I call everybody liar than them baseless and everything. You discredit everybody. For please you, when the people them right, you think them a cover for you? Wanna just blow up more, man. You see it? All right, continue.
She is the one who have been doing all of these things to embarrass the parliament. Because I know civil servants, you know, they go by the books. And knowing her manipulative kind of behavior when she exercises. Know her, whether she's on the construction site, this is how she behaves, right? And everybody who works with her knows this kind of position, and this is her DNA. This is her characteristics, behaving in a bullish and bully way. And she wanted now to throw the club because them always allow people to blame, black people to blame, them people here.
True.
But she never realized that there are processes in terms of representation, in terms of that the Civil Servants and Civil Service Association guidance and laws and rules. So she miscalculated everything. In a world of information, where the information is readily available at your fingertip.
Good.
You can't do that, Juliet. And we have to understand.
Yeah, man, I understand. You see, when we are here, you can be to the world of information, your fingertip. That's why I tell people, first in study, man. And I like when I have to go to a library now. And you remember you used to have to go to a library. We go to a library now. But you remember you used to have to go to a library. You go search up a book them where you want and search this and going on this and then read this and then you lie down in your bed, man, you're there everywhere. You want to go to China now, you see what them are going with them, you see them and some puss. So you just look at the same time. And you study what going and you're looking at one. You want to see what the government are going with that, them shield it up. You have something where, you know, and you want to go, anybody you want to go now, pay your fingertip, same time. Any country you want to look at, pay your fingertip, same time. See? The world right there. You're good. We don't have to wait till tomorrow. And then when the library open, then we go to library. We're good now, man. Now we have to sight, sound, and everything. And I could just see the two little book them and we're not up to date on what one. We're good now, man. We're good. Continue.
That the leader of the opposition, right? I have been saying it all along. That this position of Holness being the executive and boss, and Juliet being the parliamentary boss, cannot work. It's oil and water. You can't have two people wrap up in a bed, lap up in a bed tonight. I'm going to make decision this tomorrow morning, and you don't know that they are communicating the privacy of what has and to be. Even if it doesn't happen, the perception out in the public saying it is happening. So what?
And by the way, it will happen. So you don't even use the word, me not use the word even. Because these are not honest people. You say you can't say a house fling up in your face. If you go up Mountain View, anyway, you can't stand up anywhere downtown, you see the house fling up in your face. Fling up in your face. We don't know how that bill are now. And if you go up the other part of you say $800 million water, fling up in your face too. And you think say anything on bad report or anything will come out about them. You think it now go, I could hide this, I could do this, and do this, because we have to protect the party and protect myself. When you think say that now happen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All we have just a quarter brain, you know, say it happen. And it happen. It happened. See it happen there now. This happened. But it happened long time. Before she did it, Rimple had do it. She cover up all her own self. Much less when him have him wife there. That's why I say make she go, because it can just blow up back on them. See? And you have one or two of them that run out, you know. I don't like Big Mama. I don't see nothing with it. And people go. And like, it's a great thing and people are fight. Una go, man. And listen. You see, him say the perception, but we know it will happen. Because remember, you know, if you have so much of them in there already, we're going bad. But you see, how much of them? Billions chop and everything. That means if anything, and you have the IC table and you have some of the thing, it will hide. If them can do everything to hide it from the public, remember the public are voting, you know. Them don't want the public know the truth where I want, you know. That's why they move. You remember when the certain chair, where the opposition in that chair, they move it now, them at the head feet. And the opposition that be the head. Them remove it. You remember me say, thank you. Remember me say these things, you know. I remember, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Saying, remember, you know, listen, me say me there 40 years ahead of them, me know the whole of them thing. Like me just sit down, and me look through the whole of them, me know say the whole of this, and me know it can play out. You see me, I said, we know it to play out. Yeah, man. Kale, blessed, sir. See? Yeah, man, we know it to play out. See, play out, yeah? Continue.
What you ought to do is to avoid those perceptions by not allowing this woman to be speaker. We are not saying that the Prime Minister can get what he wants when the Speaker of the House and call other people, you know. But it is not locking up in a bed with wife and husband. It's a different situation. And so we call on Mrs. Holness not to let us have to demonstrate, as we promised to do, to step aside and get rid of this perception and cronyism, because this is cronyism, just as I see Portland wife and husband as cronyism.
True.
What should have been done is that they should have been, the government should have been saying, why, because you look the way here, make we cut the constituency and put it in a tree because Portland Big can have another constituency. It can't be wife and husband lap up and I get the resources of taxpayers' money and the two of them and spend the resources and nobody not see it wrong. What kind of country this? God knows that it is wrong. And so we are calling out from the Black Caucus movement for the removal of the Speaker of the House. This morning, but I can tell you, I don't think she's going to come at the top of the presentation. She's going to let Clark sit in and then she come 20 and 30 minutes after. This is how she operates. And I am guided by that.
But I remember just continue something in the coming that talked about Maria, me too call you. No, probably them two, yeah, them me call your sister. All right. So this is what me I tell you, them I say the Black Caucus movement and that. Me say, me tell them already, me have much people call me when she did this, me I say, no man. Me while I bet in the car when them hear this, I smoke him, I blow same time, and me have to explain, me say, oh, me understand you. You know much of them me have to explain to. Because me I say, no, they are the monkey crime, the more they expose, man. Watch my man. Saying, but say, you think it's right because that and that. I said, let's watch it. See it play. It's so fast it play out. Eh? Fast, man. It will show up itself. Show up itself. Yeah? Continue. It will show up itself, man. We know, you know. Continue.
Well, you know of me of getting information because that is my thing. The information coming directly to me is that the clerk of the house is very, very upset that she's been used as a scapegoat to be thrown under the bus and to be run over by a 12-wheeler trailer, and she will not have any of it. So she have done what anybody would have done to get in touch with the civil service of Jamaica, and that she doesn't want to make any statement that will be guided by the civil service authority, telling her not to say anything. But it is serious business that is happening. Now, these people came to power by whatever means, and they have failed to carry out the work of good governance. And so we are calling on them with a 21% to have an election and let the people decide. Right? Because the Jamaica is short of good governance and dying because of this kind of behavior from these people. So these 21% with 49 seats must understand that the people are frustrated with them. Too much of them. And the time has come for us to remove them by a fair election that says one man, one vote and no buying a vote.
Yes.
And make sure we put the laws in place that say anyone caught soliciting a buying vote must be arrested and charged and removed, because these people stop at nothing to hold on to power in order to protect their wealth.
True.
And let me tell you, things are getting messy, fast and furious.
Yes.
She will not be in the parliament this morning, my understanding. She will allow Hero Clock, and she come at the back end when the parliament almost finished.
Oh. You hear the plan?
She won't come down at all. That is my information that is coming to me. So let us watch and see. She won't be coming, and Clark cannot explain for her. That is the decision that has been taken so far.
When I hear what go on, so I play some things that couldn't go on here, you know. Where I go on, I forgot to talk to my sister. I play one and I talk to my sister.
I just think a while ago, as a layman, not as a legal person, but as a layman in the public, and try to frame myself with the happenings of the parliament and the workings of parliament.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to the Speaker of the House and her behavior, I want to say this. She acting against the natural justice of employment, in this country,
True.
Where she can get up, having in the parliament, in the Senate, a person who does labor law, Coven Gill, and doesn't consulted him to find out if she could have said these things. But she just unilaterally just get up and just decided to throw the clerk of the house under the proverbial bus.
Under the bus, yes.
Because they recognize that the public is so sensitive. People like us out here who is trying to understand good governance. And when the opposition leader in his judgment judiciously say these things, they want to say he's a liar. And look at it now. When they realize what the opposition leader was saying, what they did, when Dr. Chang came out and said, when him said, Dr. Chang supposed to come out and say that,
No!
I want to classify the opposition leader, as been telling liar. Above reports, Dr. Chang is representing
the JLP,
the Jamaica Labour Party, as a general secretary.
Thank you.
He's not representing the parliament. Is Ed Bartlett supposed to be saying the things that Dr. Chang is saying? But these people does not understand governance.
True.
And I want the PNP to understand this. They doesn't understand governance.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how the chaos come. People are taking opposition that they are not given and saying things that they are not the ones who are supposed to be saying it. So what Dr. Chang overstep his bound and politicizing the whole behavior operations of parliament, when it should be Ed Bartlett, so he's usurping his power and bypassing Ed Bartlett. But as Eddie Siaga once said, when lies were being given out, Ed Bartlett and Dr. Chang was at the forefront. If them come to your house and water drip off of them, and you ask my friend or father and then say yes, do not believe them. It's water pipe. It's hose them use and wet up themselves to fool somebody. Have a good and blessed day while I inform you, because whatever it takes, we have to work hard for our party to come back to office. Have a good day.
Good day, sir. You the man I say, the man I tell you, as is, or them fling the opposition leader under the bus. You hear? All right. Stop the foolishness. Me call Maria. Call Maria there. Maria. Make she come blaze 2 fire, Where Maria there? Sister, where you there? Me call her, Yeah, man, she have to come blaze 2 fire, man. Juliet Holness, man. Very, man. Zane? Hey, sis.
Hi, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. But I mean, I tell you, say, every day it get more. Boy, them a push down Jamaica. I don't know how we have to save it. We have to save it, We have to save it, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but something? Jamaica has existed before Andrew Holness and his wife, and it came to power. How many leaders have come and gone? The country still remains. So, and the country remains because of the ancestors that we have who fought for the rights of the people. So now the baton has been passed to this generation, because the generation before us did it and the generation before that did it. So our generation now have to save the piece of rock for the generation that is coming in our stead, and to teach them that you cannot sit down and see wrong and call it right. From this thing broken up, remember Juliet Holness, Julian Robinson took her to task. That was shortly after Dalrymple had to leave. And Julian Robinson asked her about the tabling of reports that were sent to the parliament. She said and I'm paraphrasing, I cannot quote her because I'm not looking at the information right, but I remember her saying that she acknowledged receipt of the reports, but that she was going to seek an opinion from the Attorney General's office. Following that, Julia Robertson came back to Parliament to asked her about the opinion of the Attorney General that she sought, because she said she wasn't familiar with it, she's new to the chair and all of that. That was understandable. Okay, fine. Which I shouldn't say that's understandable, because she should be apprised of these things because she was a deputy. So she should know these things. Yes. But that was her excuse. All right, fine. Julian Robinson, following that, what she said, asked her what was to share with the Parliament the findings of the Attorney General. She did not. So this is not new. Her sending it back to the Auditor General's office, and the Auditor General calling her out on it and by saying, no, I sent it to you and I'm going to send it back to you without any corrections, because there's no corrections that I need to do. There are none. And she said, I'm going to send it back Monday morning as is. So she now had to find somebody else to throw under the bus. That is why she's throwing this career professional civil servant under the bus. And the clerk should not take this from Juliet Holness, because guess what? Civil servants are there to protect the country. They work for the people, and many of them work under trying circumstances. Quite a few people working with Juliet Holness, if they had an option, they wouldn't work with her, because clearly she's a bully. And she wants to bully ride everybody. And when she finds people who she cannot bully ride, she uses her power, her seat, and the fact that her husband is the prime minister to do these kinds of things. And we have heard the stories about her behavior outside of politics. So she has carried her hoodlum market woman behavior inside the Parliament. She is not qualified to be in the seat that she's in, and she's proving it every striking day. She's proving it. So her coming up with this statement and like the lady from the Civil Service Association said, she has overstepped her bounds. Who is Juliet Holness? Who is Juliet Holness? She's a servant of the people, and the operative word there is servant. The taxpayers are paying her, not the other way around. But she doesn't want to adhere to any rules. She wants to do whatever she wants to do, and nobody must say anything about it. And that is why she shouldn't be the Speaker of the House. That is why. And so she needs to stop bully riding people, and the Jamaican people need to stand up. And you see, they were trying to throw Mark Golding under the bus, and he was having none of it, because he wouldn't come to Parliament and say something that he knows to be incorrect. He's not going to do that. So he's telling you things that is factual and that you can prove him right on. As they have proven him right on, and had to turn around and with the egg on their face and apologize to him. Right? And here we are now. That didn't work with Mark Golding. So they tried the Auditor General, and she was like, I'm not having any of this because I did my job. The only person not doing their job is Juliet Holness. That's the only person. And she must be held accountable. And if we do not start holding these people accountable seriously, this is going to continue. And if you remember when she was appointed Speaker, yes, you and Rattigan had your own feelings about it, which was contrary to what most people thought.
Yeah, because you see, all right, so sister, we know that Mr. Someone called me, you know, some phone blast up, you know, and me, and I send the thing. You me have to explain to them. Yeah, one day when they hear this, he must say, me understand you. Me understand you. Me have to explain to people and not tell them, say, no, man, they're the monkey crime and the money exposed. Good.
Exactly.
Good. So them, you see right now, they get, you know, text me get us and see what you say, you know. I tell them, no, I have to explain to them, you know. Literally explain to them. Because I know this is going to happen. I'm going to go say the perception of it, because let me tell you this. The government is not a clean government. And you know, we just talk as is. So much of them they get interdicted, and so much of them you find, say, them have to resign and all kind of things. Although you know, see them charge. They might have charged 1 and 2 of them, but you know, billions move. And I know nobody not get all accountable and go jail for it. It's like a business as usual. So it's not a government this way around with we say, hey, we don't know how much money spend there, so market me money, we can't put a finger on it now. But we have other billions. We move the bush money, the car money there for the yeah, too much money all over the place. Billions of money, you know, billions of dollars. You know. And nobody not going to prison feet. All we see is more building going up, more gas station, more trucker buy, people have water truck, everybody rich. Around there. And nobody now say no, it's wrong. It's so wrong. You can't have a little third world country and this in front of your eye. And tell me what them do now, sister. And I want you to talk about this. It's when them say them at show Mark and the boss, Marky G. Them at show, remember, you know, and those Marky G alone, you can show under the boss. You can show TVJ, you can show the Gleaner, you can show the world media houses under the boss too. So when crab run out, but him not supposed to talk.
But that's a very valid point. You made that's a very valid point you made.
Yes.
Because he is a mouthpiece for the people who cannot go to Parliament and talk.
Yes.
So he has to represent them. So they're basically throwing even the Jamaican people under the bus.
Yes.
The Jamaican people who have a problem with her position and her behavior since she has been in that seat.
Yes.
So it shows that they really have no respect for the people who have hired them. So the best thing to do is to fire them.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to do what he needs to do so they can all be fired. And then, you know, there needs to really be an impeachment clause in the Constitution. And they can't do the Constitution because they're too corrupt. There needs to be an impeachment clause in the Constitution that has to do, that deals with recalling members of Parliament, ministers of government, councillors who behave in this kind of way. Because they're not representing the interests of the people.
So when
they're too corrupt.
All right. So Maria, so when remember Andrew did promise the impeachment thing, say nobody can come tell the truth and I have to not do it. Mark say I do it. And you can recall them and everything. Why the Prime Minister never come and do it? There's so much of them that recall already. There's so much of them that mash up already.
What you see, the Andrew Holness, you know, muddies the waters with the Constitution when it's to suit himself. He has since come out and said that it is not so easy to do it because of the Constitution and the Constitution. The same Constitution that he's using for that purpose is the same Constitution that he has disrespected to push through DPP's extension of tenure. That same Constitution. So he uses the Constitution conveniently to do illegal things. But when he should do things to benefit the people, he says, oh no, the Constitution, we have to, you know, no, don't worry. Do the same thing. The same thing as they have been doing before. Just muddy the waters, put it in the Constitution and implement it. And see how many of them would still be sitting in Parliament. The cronyism and the nepotism is destroying Jamaica. And unless and until they deal with it, we're going to be having this problem. And there needs to be pressure on Juliet Holness. I don't think she has any shame, but there needs to be pressure on her, put on her, for her to come out of that speaker's chair. She's not fit to be in that speaker's chair because she's not doing the people's work. She's doing I remember at the beginning of all of this, and I said that the country is being run from
the bedroom.
The bedroom.
Yes,
and people are like, oh my gosh, you know, and some people were like, oh no, and
no, but you're right.
I didn't attack a personal life, and I'm not the only one who have since said that. Many people have said that the country is being run from the bedroom, and it is on full display because the Prime Minister's behavior last week, Tuesday, showed you that he took his bedroom story into the Parliament. He has not separated the personal from the business. And in the Parliament, she's not his wife. She's the Speaker. So she's in the Parliament. She's subject to criticism and questions about whatever it is that she's supposed to do and is not doing. So take her out of the position, keep her at home, and nobody will have to talk to her about her personal life.
True.
Because nobody's interested in her personal life. Nobody will speak about her. Nobody will criticize her. Keep her at home. Because you said she's independent and self-made. Take a independent, self-made wife and put her back in the house. Nobody will have to talk about her. But the minute she's in the public square, she's up for flogging.
So tell me something, Maria.
And not physical flogging people.
Tell me something, Maria. So what the Prime Minister want tell me to know, the other female, them or member of Parliament and councillors, them can up there so and do what they want to do. But when a film wife, you lower her and then you must not say nothing. So you can use her for the bad. And what matter about, I'm not sure what I tell you about. Can remember from you come put up yourself to a member of parliament and represent the people who are holding accountable. We see as an MP. And if you put as a speaker of the house in a business who you want, you could have married to an alligator. Yeah, business that. We have to deal with the case same way.
As long as you're in the public
man, she could have married to a crocodile in a business.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So,
as long as
tell you,
taxpayers paying your bills.
Yes. Let me tell you something, sister. You see the media houses, Jamaica media houses, them bias, you know. And you know, true, you know, them for them playlist, not playlist. So what them do know, them, you know, them can make money and then the world can right now in Jamaica. You have what never happened before. You have time signal when you look at every ministry I spend money with them station there. Every minute, every ministry. The time by that and that brought to you by this ministry. And every ministry play a big advertisement where you have to spend the money there. Never see it in the history of Jamaica. So you know some money I run. Last year's budget speech, the Prime Minister spent over 7 million and nobody no question him. For them replay the speech. So like it goes for the community. First, film, a matter of fact, film speech alone, ma'am. Not the whole budget speech, you know, film speech alone. But them done chat, me hear Elijah come out and say, I think that did it. So you know, say, I write speech, we come tell people lie and things say it work for people. But it's not reality. So Maria, tell me something. If like how them have 21% of the vote in the last time around. If them did have all 70%, you couldn't talk to them, man. Them are things that them want. Them are put off people out in the sea. If you go live. Because you don't even have a mandate.
Yeah, and the thing is 21% is basically a minority rule, you know.
Yeah, but a remember, you know, even listen. 21% and a quarter, not even quarter, 25%, you know. 21%.
Exactly.
So you know, come on now. And you are rule with them kind of iron side. Bad government. Eh?
Right, but and a 21% government has imposed bullying, austerity measures on 79% of the people. And that is why voting is important. They see it now. Even though he was dishonest and dishonorable in the way he called the election, because he called it in the height of the pandemic when he didn't have to.
And it cost life.
But he knew if he did that, the majority of the people wouldn't go out and vote. And if the majority don't go out and vote, he would benefit. He knew that.
Yes. But it cost life.
And what did he do after what did he do after he won? $200,000 for a mask.
Yes, and
so he only cared about winning the election. He didn't care anything about the people. Don't care. Just come out and vote for him. Go out and vote for him. Do whatever. But he did not care anything about the people. And as soon as he won, what did he do? He started to pressure the people.
Let me ask
and if these people sit down and keep him in office, something is wrong with them.
Yes. Let me ask a big question though. You ever see the Prime Minister, Minister of Health, any one of them, like how that one, the crab love talk, you ever hear them come out and come tell you the figure, the amount of people dead in the pandemic?
You don't have any regards for them? Anybody who lives
remember your granny and your mother and brother and sisters and family members and things that, you know. You ever hear them come out and come tell people, say, I'm sorry, this is the amount of people dead, 3,000 over 3,700. I have to look on it by your fingertip. They never come and say it out of their mouth. I bet if it was the PMP in power, then that you will start. For sure, you say the PMP
Exactly.
Like what them do, like what them doing with Dr. Ferguson. You remember with the baby them and him talk about the
with the babies, yeah.
He never tell people say nearly 4,000 people dead on him watch. Because of them carelessness. And you couldn't get to go to a funeral or nothing either. Eh? And them lock up pastors and all kind of things. Them dangerous, you know, man. Very dangerous.
And remember now, Queen E, who had that police, I think was Mandison, transferred.
Yes.
Because Mandison was, and he said he was exempt. No, you being a minister of government don't exempt you from it. That's why, what's his name in England was fired. Boris Johnson. Because he was having a party in the height of the pandemic when they said everybody to stay home. He was throwing a big party. He threw a big party. And that is what happens when people are held accountable. But Queenie could be out and about, flouting the laws, skirting the laws, and say, "Oh, no, you're not exempt. You're not exempt. Exempt from what?"
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's a level of disrespect that they have for the people, because if he's exempt, then he should not be in the parliament making laws, because he's basically saying he's in the parliament passing legislation that governs everybody else except himself and his friends. That's not how our country is run. That's not how our country is run. But back to Juliet Holness and this Auditor General's report, it shows you the level of incompetence that is coming out of her office, because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. And that is very sad. It's very sad. And when people open their mouth and talk, it's like you know, you have to gauge what you're saying so that you don't offend these dishonorable people. And it cannot continue like that, because this is not a love letter from our husband to her. No. This is not any personal information. Even our personal taxes is the business of the country. You know why? Because she's a public servant. Yes. So people need to know when I see our statutory declarations and our filings to make sure she's not siphoning off monies from the taxpayers to enrich herself.
True. Speaking of that, what
so
to
even
the Prime Minister?
Personal taxes must be known to the public.
Yes, Maria.
The minute you become a public servant.
Yes. Speaking of that, what happened to the Prime Minister taxes and our theme thing with the
2 years now. 2 years. 2021 and 2022 yet to be verified, and he's still there as a leader. Still getting up in Parliament and giving. Yeah, but the thing is, when you see the level of disrespect that they have for the people, 2 years, 2021, 2022, this is 2024. So we're waiting on the 2023 one. And 2 years running, and he's yet to have the one from 2020 verified. I think not 2021, it's 2000.
Yeah, 21, 22. And the 23 have a file that now.
2019 one was filed late. His 2019 one was filed late. So this is the person that they're still having there as a leader, and nobody's saying, but no, we need to have an investigation. Because you cannot be the leader sitting up here talking about legislation and doing this, and you cannot verify your own statutory declarations. 2 years, 2 separate years, rolling into a third. No, the people of Jamaica need to understand that you cannot vote for this guy and anybody and all the 6 that the Integrity Commissions are under investigation. Those things need to be known, and there has to be a way that when these investigations are taking place, people need to know the names. People need to know their names and know why they're under investigation, because of everything is shrouded in secrecy.
Yes.
You know, nobody knows anything. And so everybody's flying by the seat of their pants and doing guess and spell. You can't guess and spell in government.
It's bad. It's bad.
It is bad. It is very bad. And it can't continue like that.
Maria.
But anyway, my brother,
you're gonna run, right? Before you run though, I played something back last night when the Prime Minister talked to Big Mama. And you must say, him say something in it. Him say the people them hold him accountable for pull up him socks, you know. Because them not vote for him because them know they're not comfortable with them a perform. So I'm saying I perform excellent and him do this and him do that. But yes, still him said the Jamaica Labour Party hold him to account. So him need to put up him socks. Then if you do something good, you do something great and you uplift the country and thing, why them want to vote for you? Why you have to put up your socks? That mean if your socks don't, that mean you not work good then, brother.
Not only is he not working good, the dishonesty, people are paying attention to the dishonesty and saying, oh, how can you be so dishonest? And we vote for you, you're a dishonest government. So not only are the people not feeling the trickle-down economics that I don't know where he got that nonsense from, but the trickling down of this benefits that should reach the people are not feeling it. But on top of that, they are being run by a corrupt administration who just bully rides their way through. They just bully ride everybody. And it cannot work. This bullying needs to stop. They talk to anybody anyhow, do whatever they want to do, and nobody must say anything. So the people, the election is not about him pulling up his socks. It's a referendum on him and an indictment on his administration and their governing so far. Because if he had won, he would have said, you see, the people are pleased with our performance. So he lost.
So he must say
people are not pleased with his performance.
So I find a reason why them not vote because them are saying nah go on good. But them tell me matter of fact, I play that for the people. Them, yeah, I play it when Maria finish make her speech, then me go play it. Now just remind
he's not performing. He's not performing
because of that him say in his speech.
And on top of him not performing, people are paying attention to the level of corruption that is affecting the country because everybody in his admin, everybody has everything. Except the people. Look at the lifestyles of the members of parliament and the ministers of government. What did they have before they went into politics? And what do they have now? How long have they been there before they acquired all this wealth?
People them rich, you know.
That is the problem.
Them rich.
That is the problem.
In Jamaica,
they're super rich.
Super rich, man.
They're very rich.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and when they talk about they're going to give $3 million to each constituency,
that
they can't be giving these things. Put it in agencies. No, but put it into agencies. That's why you have agencies where people go and apply for help and for services.
Yes.
You don't go to the constituency to apply for services. That is nonsense. That is why NHT, and they should set up other agencies like NHT and PATH, where you fund these agencies and people get help through the agencies, not through the constituency office or the councillor's office.
But break down, Maria, break down 3 million to 80,000 people in our constituency. Some people are getting nothing. So yes, some of this are foolishness. Them just set up an agency and make the thing work. But them no want to do that. Remember, them have a pocket money, you know, Maria.
They have to.
Them have pocket money.
You know, no, they don't have to. They choose to. Because if they were honest and decent people, they would spend the money to improve their communities and make it better. So when they're going to seek votes, they're driving on good roads. When they go to have a town hall, they can hear about the improvement in the hospitals and the schools, and not hear about how the hospital is broken and they don't have beds, and the schools don't have chairs, the students don't have chairs to sit and they don't have books. So this is an indictment on their administration, and I don't want to hear about 18 years and 18 years. No, you have been there for 8 years. What have you done lately for the people that you have been elected to represent? Outside of the fact that they look at you and see you getting so rich, and the people around you getting so rich, and they're getting nothing. And all you can hear is $40 billion there, $100 billion, and everything is upwards of 700 million. Just millions and millions and millions. That is how we talk. We just spend millions and billions, right? That is the $1 billion government. But you don't see it on the ground.
Yes.
Only out of the mouth. You don't see it on the ground, which is very sad. And the people are there suffering.
Yes.
And another thing, since I'm on, let me talk about this. I saw you do a show yesterday with bulldozer Juliet Holness wanting to destroy a farm for a football field. Now, my question is, she has no concern for the people that she has been elected to represent, because Jamaica has an food insecurity problem. You know, thousands over 2 million people are going to bed hungry.
Yes,
they don't have 2 million people don't have a proper meal. And here you have somebody 40 years on this land, and she has a farm, and when you look at the healthy things on the farm, oh my goodness, the banana and the pineapple, and you say, wow. No, she's preventing her family from suffering food insecurity. Now, when they bulldoze that and put up a football field, what happens to her family? What happens to the people in the community who would benefit from her farm? So she's putting more and more people below the poverty line, putting more and more people on the food insecurity line for what? A football field? And when those same hungry children can't play football. So when those hungry young people go on the field and play football and drop down, where's the hospital for them to go to? And after they finish, they need to have nutrition before they can play football. And when they don't have nutrition, they can't play football. Okay, so they go on the football field hungry. They play the football. Then what? What do they eat? So you see, she's not thinking about the well-being of the people that she's been elected to represent. She's only thinking about being vindictive and wicked to the people, and they need to vote her out because she doesn't care about them. How can you demolish the farm for a football field? I have nothing against putting up a football field and doing recreation for the young. I have nothing against that. But you cannot destroy the farm for that purpose.
what make it worse though, you see Nigel Clark the other day just tell the same of GCT. From him friend them who are carrying the produce. Yes?
Exactly.
And now you want this tribe produce, local produce. That not look good. That not right. Because them claims that the people them vote for PNP in the last election.
And nothing wrong with that.
You see?
And nothing wrong with that. She's a representative of the people, not of the JLP. Of the people, not only JLP people live in our constituency. People live in her constituency. Human beings live in her constituency. And if she doesn't understand that dynamic, then she should not be in the position that she is. She's not there. So what? Is she going to paint the road one side green and one side orange and she only take care of the people who live on the green side? That's rubbish.
I'm a tough me one next video right now with a young man at work. And them fire him. Them fire him, same vote for PNP. Them fire him.
So when they're not in but when they're not in office, should they be fired as well for not being JLP, for being JLP?
That me want no people who rubbish them with a foolishness, You're Jamaican. And you're work, you can't make them do these things. You can't make them do these things. Anybody come to them thing, you burn them out and say no, it must not work. Everybody should have strike and say, I'm not going to pull out yourself. Yeah? It's bad. It's wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is wrong. It is wrong.
You see what I'm saying?
But my brother, I'm gonna run now. So it's always good talking to you. Blessings. Talk later.
Cool. Yeah, man.
So everybody in the chat, a good afternoon. Yeah, man. Cool.
No, BRG. Me see you, man. Me I see you, me I see you say me answer you. You say not to make it up. Where I see you, man. Where I see you. Me have two. Anyone that show up on your good man. Where I see you. Where I see you. They have two. So you might have say yourself on one, but it's two. So you have run things. You see, I run things like hard. And me same way, man. And you say we get up to and me same way. So you're good, man. So anyone may I see upon the So when you talk, anyone you talk on the see. You're good. You're good. People are see you too, man. Zane? Yeah, man. People are see you. Oh, let me show you now. The Prime Minister, when him say yes, so. After I'm telling you, oh, them are going good and everything. Let me just show you something. Show you something. Hold on there. Hear this. Just hear this. And you hear him talk about that to him family,
So now you demanded his resignation, or what?
This
what
question keeps coming up. In our Westminster system, once the Prime Minister, whoever the Prime Minister is, says, come, let's talk, you know what the position is. Our protocol, our convention is that once you're called in, you say, Prime Minister, I offer. You don't wait until somebody says you're fired.
And under that convention, it's a firing, it's a dismissal on the Westminster.
Look, Everard is someone who has worked very hard in the party. Everard is known for his outlandish comments. I spoke with him. He's regretful. He sees the difficulty that it posed for the party. And in a deep discussion with him, he explained that today, yes, and yesterday as well, which was a result of his press release. He explained, what happened and what led him to it. But as a minister, I think he understood.
You had one too many from him.
As a minister,
yeah.
you have to
be
very careful about your statements.
Confidence in
as a minister, he has to be very careful about this.
Him no answer, I'm just saying, no, when I watch all them talk, But you hear me tell you, say, him no do good none talk. Just listen. Out of him own mouth, him can't treat nobody again,
You had lost confidence in him, didn't you?
As a minister,
yes.
I think, as any minister, you have to be very careful about their statements.
Are you going to be retooling Belmont Road now?
Belmont Road, the retooling had started long before, but it definitely needs to be intensified. Yeah. So, me, I'm a very frank person. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Our supporters know, and the Jamaica Labour Party supporters are our greatest critics. If they don't feel comfortable they are not going to vote in a fanatic way.
And they did.
So I want to understand what I say. So you him say, him not sugarcoat it. If them not feel comfortable, no. If a man has said to him people, them say from poverty to prosperity, and them are feeling, and them know say well them are prosper, them prosperous. Don't them that come vote for him same way, don't it? But yesterday I tell you, all them are the greatest, them do everything better than every other administration. But listen out of own mouth. You can't make them thing pass you. Listen again. Listen here.
Not come out 120,000 of
so
them.
they hold us to account, and
Yes.
they are sending us an early message to pull up our socks and
Yes.
get our show on the road.
Well, you work like a dog. You campaign.
Could
like
you say like I
You
work
worked
like
hard.
I did.
Yeah? In Gale at 2 o'clock in the morning and end up losing it? That's hard.
It's hard.
End up losing it. You hear him say? Them send him a message to put up him socks. Say if him that go and good, them that send the message. Tell me the truth. If you have a prime minister, the government are going good. You don't sit to him to make him lose. You don't sit to him. They don't go vote for him because you know him are going with and go and good, don't it? Him does kind of like this thing that's on earth, you know. So when him ready, him know him come and tell you and drop it and tell you say yes. Them do this and you know him not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah? And him say them want him put up him socks so them not feel comfortable. So you say you're going good. Your administration going good. Eh? You hear him? Him flap all him once. If him never hear what him say now, listen again.
Very frank person. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
Nah,
Our supporters know, and the Jamaica Labour Party supporters are our greatest critics. If they don't feel comfortable, they are not going to vote in a fanatic way.
And they did not come out.
Precisely.
120,000 of
So
them.
they hold us to account, and
Yes.
they are sending us an early message to get.
So them that hold you to account and send you already message. If you that going good. You fulfill everybody needs like what you are saying. That's why I'm saying I'm not finding a PR around here. No PR. Now work with it, you hear that?
to pull up our socks and
Yes.
get our show on the road.
Well, you work like a dog. You campaign.
Could
like
you
a-
say like I
You
work
worked
like
hard.
I did.
Yeah? In Gale at 2 o'clock in the morning and end up losing it? That's hard.
It's hard.
Thank you,
But we
Prime
worked.
Minister. Thank you. You tried.
You know, you're not ashamed, you know. You're not ashamed, you know. You know. No man is not ashamed, you know. You know. It's hard, but we work. Anjo, don't laugh yourself. You're not ashamed. You're not ashamed. Talk to your wife. Remove your wife. Make she step down. You know good. You can't tell her for go on now. Because you don't go draw the party down more. Because nobody not trusting her already. You know. I know she got the clerk. Make it worse. Yeah. Not all. Triple A. Believe nothing. Remember say Anjo, listen. Remember say me come boss Anjo. You never realize say Anjo tell on a PLI, you know. Anjo come say about. I'm not talking. Maybe that's remind Anjo. When say, let me show you how fast me is. Remember, you know, my multitask, right? So maybe that's remind Anjo how fast me work. Watch her. Look how fast me work now. Look at. Now me remind you of something. Look at.
Poverty business means
Now go right there now.
some people earning a whole heap
Get this.
and the mass not earning anything. And if it is allowed to continue, America will be like Jamaica. Now, by virtue of our history, Jamaica has, in this region, the Latin American Caribbean region, probably only Haiti could compare, the highest level of inequality of income.
I know it's wicked.
You have a few rich and a whole heap of poor. And it's not a small gap, it's a wide gap.
I know it's wide.
So I want the poor people of the country to understand that the PNP has been tricking you for a long time talking about poverty because they don't understand poverty. And the truth is, they don't want you to come out of poverty. They like it the way it is because they feel they will always get poor people voting for them to keep them poor. And as I stand here today, I tell you that I born poor. I was born in Spanish Town. Grew up at 56 Cumberland Road. In a board house, 1 bedroom. Grew up with my great-grandmother. Single parent house. Use Jimmy. Walk to school. Sit down in a classroom with 60 picnic and listen.
That's a lie, you know. 60 picnic. Very great grandmother name. So it could be true. When them do that, and me do so. Can I remember 1 bedroom in go up in there, you know? Can me do so? You just drive him up back again and say, 1 bedroom him same go up with. Fasting, I know my thing fasting. 1 bedroom, look at.
I was born in a 2-bedroom board house at 56 Cumberland Road.
Same place.
In a Spanish Town.
Same place.
Just down the road from the Grassyard Market. My father is still a farmer. And my mother is a retired civil servant who sent the 2 of us, me and my sister, to school on a civil servant salary. I never born with no gold spoon in my mouth.
Me and my sister saw the same yard, same everything, but the granny moved. But you see, because this is all I stay, truth comes straight. So him dep on the pulpit a preach. Where more preach? Me not take this. Remember me boss this thing. I'm a boss other things with him and the lightest thing where I ever walk the earth. Because when him talk as and talk, so me as a man, me like put them together. Remember say me do? You know, so me audio engineer, right? Yeah, a studio engineer. And you know say me editor too, right? With the editor, yeah. So me just live in my wilderness. Can I might just say him produce music or him my artist and then pride. No, remember so we do everything that the thing. We ain't just do that. So you know them can't go around me that way there, you know. And me hear these things. So I come and boss him. And when I put up more time thing, come here have them here, you know. You know, so I can't draw from one thing. Me just sit down around my thing. I know how quick them fly up. Me right now I read one I say to you, know. Me I soon when I say. And me I talk to this at the same time. You need multitask. Not true, Daniel. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Nobody want to notice. You see me I say? Go tell me one now. Me is just like that, you know. I'm tell them say no, me not the wilderness. So them gonna do so boop. And I say, listen, you see the whole of your minions them when you put together, them they make one to me, you know. Nobody me. Because you know, enough of them have to rely upon somebody, me good. You can just sit down and just do my thing and he make one speech. You notice I can pick out look a while. Or he might tell you say, he might tell you say him not going good in the election because him not going good overall. Them not vote because they want him put up him socks, they must send him an early message. So if you did do great, if him that do great, they can claim same I do. Them want to send you an early message. You just win over you win, man. You break barriers, man. Zane? Yeah, man. Him that break barriers. But me there for just hold him to account. That's right, go. Now hold him to account, man. We not play with him in Annette B. My brother Johnny said to me, say, Lonesome, you have too much tune, man. You have to make sure before you go out, even play a little one tune. I know, so I don't have to play back tune. I have tune, and I like me have one tune and anything. So, you know, the boy when we talk, I'm telling him, I smoke, I do some little things, and some little man, the boy when show me off yesterday, I leave a little foo comment, I can talk to them. I talk to them. I mean, I play a little one thing before anything else in because, you know, so I said, yeah, man. Yeah, man. We have to play a little one tune. Yeah. I'm want to listen to the lyrics there, yeah. I say the brethren, I see you just say send 4 tune to me inbox. So I give your ears, yeah. Annette, don't laugh after my tune, you know. I have to play a one tune a phone, you know. Because the brethren said, don't tell me I have to keep reggae music up. I have to play. Because you're full of tune. I'm not going to play my album. Because my album, I do an album there that I went. Yeah, one of my artists, brother, them, I go on with that little foolishness. So I have to do the album and I have to look yes man chat some foolishness. So I just You know, sometimes make them dry up, make you feel so angry. Just, you know what, I'm transform them in a lyrics, you know. Because them not no sense, you know. Traumatized, don't play with me. Nah, play with nobody. See? But me talk about some 2 foot, yeah man. Yeah man. There's a 2 foot. Me talk about that little thing, you know. Me want some little man. Me I use a tune I want them. Daniel, Annette, why you listen to them tune good enough? Me I use it one them. Yeah.
Yo, say, me have some get attacks to some boy and have no strength in them waist. Them carry them muscle in them tongue and them strength in them face. Dirty boy and if you leave the place. Yes, I see. Yeah. I don't want some. Hear this.
Hey, Lonzo.
Come here, so feel boss it up. Grab the rhythm like a paper and a cuss it up. Come here, load some coffee boss it up. Anything I take when I go hold it and push it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Again, they want that jig, pull it and jack it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Things that are better, we will rhythm and chop it up. Belly, you will the kitty, we know one of you. We don't smoke, so them can't go on me with split tail. I drink out a bad pan and beer. Them tongue in la dry, you fall down and jail. Them shut up in the face because them so live as steel. Me beat up, man, I make y'all complain. For your tongue full of muscle, but below waistly. I garbage and trash, we have a flush down the drain. Come here, so feel boss it up. Grab the rhythm like a paper and I crush it up. Come here, so feel boss it up. Anything test me, I go hold it and crush it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. I get a look at that figure, pull it and jack it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Pull up and the rhythm,
Identify.
From the minute they eat it, and a bull and a beer, and a cook food, me speaking. I scared just one them coming out in a repeat it. Any meat we cannot be passed out should not be eaten. And they tell below them waist to give y'all beat it. But some guy a train them tongue and introduce it to freaking. Some deny them eat the meat, but we know them sneaking. They get into the act when people time was creeping. I come here, so feel boss it up. Grab the rhythm like a paper and a crush it up. Come here, so feel boss it up. Anything taste, we roll it and crush it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Like y'all want that fingers, roll it and jack it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Anything listen to me, lyrics skinny and you roll me so. Lyrically, when the brothers have this phone for pound. I just chill out with me family and settle down. Me have to drop back for me with power whip some girl clown. When I run and use them knows that blood down. As the lingerie drop and them force them go down. Say no to tongue cats, we no want them around. No tongue swipe up and me through the compound. I come here, so feel boss it up. Well, they with him like a paper and a crush it up. Come here, so feel boss it up. Anything take me, we roll it and push it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Gas, me a buckle, what a dance. Jack it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Anything somewhere we smell it, little kitty, me no wanna hear. We don't smoke, so them can't go on me with flip tail. Don't guy a drink out a bad pan and peel. I use them some whale a dry a fall down and chill. Make them shut up in the face because them so live as steel. But me beat up, man, I make y'all a complain. Say your tongue full of muscle, but below waistly. I garbage and trash, I get flushed down the drain. I come here, so feel boss it up. Well, they read him like a paper and me push it up. Come here, no feel boss it up. Anything test me, I go hold it and push it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Girl want to dance, so we have to jack it up. Come here, so feel mash it up. Anything test me, I go get the start.
Yes! Hold on. The man in the middle of the track want so yeah, man. Tell him so we don't play around here. Multi. Talented and multi. But you talk so man, we don't play around here, you know. You see, I want them. I want them, you know. Come here, man, I say, you know, voice. This is girl, them voice, huh? They have tune for match them, you know. Some of them, because some of them are dark to them, vomit them run, going back, you know. Yeah, man, them step like Queenie. Yeah, man, so. You forget them thing like this. What you say, brother? Eyes on the file. You good? Yeah, man. Up. What you say? Call girl. Yeah, say, Connie, you up? Bless up, man. Bless, man. You good? Yeah, man. Bless, man. See? Hey, you know, yes, Dar drop out, you know. Condolences, you know, to Tula. Yeah, man. Cock. Jennifer, the other one, those condolences, you know. There's a family them still, you know. It's Dar. Family friend, you know. My mother, you know, my mother and my father, you know, friend them, you know. You know, family friend them from way back down so, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, we also better everything up. You know, see, Juliet Holness was the man. So we have to come and come talk to her, we have to hold them accountable. Because me don't talk already, you know. You know, when we don't make my call eyes on the fire. Like yeah, because we don't tell them, you know, this is what they can do, you know. Now you so quick it happen, we don't have to say nothing. Oh, more forward back. Because more come sure some soldier. The police run them down, I might show you the car with them in and the food is so I go. Remember, I want them again, you know. You know, when they come out about this and that, and maybe the Prime Minister saying, he might train. Let me tell you this Prime Minister, if you don't know. Never the youth them where you train a criminal. Never the youth them where you join the thing about them are train over the soldier thing, them are train. And they send over, some of them are talk about them are going to police and soldier force. You want to make it worse. You are training for a fire gun. Better. With the soldier. You want to make it worse. Because them have no manners and nothing. Them are this everybody. Especially when them convert and go when a police or a soldier. Them not take talk. So we have Jamaica have some else. So we want to catch the little youth, they are sponges. From them small lesser. We have to bring in, but we have to have the school them, upgrade them and do the right thing, you know. So it does go right across the board, you know. But what them are put in right now under the force, yeah, Jamaica have some serious problem. Remember me telling you this, you know. Market. It's market. Yeah? Market, man. All right? Later. But we soon come forward and show you what one. Yeah? Very serious. Very serious. All right? And you see the hitman thing, the motor, the force, it have to come out. It needs to leave. Jamaica, it can't stay that way, man. Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. May I tell you, it can't stay that way. Enough of them going them traumatized and all kind of thing, but you know, them going there for revenge. Them going there for make money and use the phone to come up themselves and do all kind of little things. It cannot work. See? And some of them when I get in because you're training, the little thing where I'm carrying, some of them just go back with that training there. Them are boss come. Okay? All right. We don't talk to you. There. Later, yeah? Bless up. Later. I'm out. Bless.